The High Road is dedicated to the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, past, present, and future. Meet Keith Warren. As a 30-year veteran of the outdoor industry and devoted conservationist, the original Texas angler and outdoor television icon has hunted across America and around the world, showing you big game, educating outdoorsmen, and uniting all hunters. That's Keith Warren, and this is the High Road.
I'm Chris Faber. I own an outfitting business in north central Montana called Bear Paw Hunts, and I specialize in trophy mule deer hunting. Our goal here at Bear Paw Hunts is to grow the biggest trophy mule deer we possibly can in this area, and we're on track to doing that.
Yeah, I've never been up here this early in the season before. I've been up late in the season, and they're telling me that the mule deer are just starting, the bucks are just starting to kind of get interested in the girls, so that's really good. But I've never been up here this early. I've been bow hunting up here, but it's been hot. Right now it's pretty doggone chilly, but I really don't know what to expect. All right, let me tell you about the rifle that I have chosen to shoot on today's hunt. I'm shooting Savage's Model 111 338 Lapua Magnum. This is a big gun. It has a big muzzle brake on it, and that muzzle brake really does eliminate a lot of the recoil. It's loud as all get out, but it eliminates a lot of the recoil. I've got it topped off with a Majestic DX 6x24 variable power scope. Of course, the rifle has Savage's AccuTrigger, and it has a detachable magazine, as you can see. It has a nice adjustable cheek plate, super recoil pad. All right, let's go ahead and see how this bad boy shoots. All right, let me show you this detachable magazine. Go ahead and load it in right there. Now, I'm going to show you the ammunition this dude shoots. That's a 250 grain Nosler Partition round, and that is unbelievable. And you would think it packs a punch. Well, it does, but it really doesn't kick that much with this big heavy rifle. So one thing I want to caution you, if you're going to shoot, well, if you're going to shoot any gun, to be perfectly honest with you, you need to wear hearing protection. For way too many years I didn't, and I'm suffering hear loss, Anyway, especially with a gun like this, got a big old muzzle brake on it like that, make sure and wear your ears. All right, let's go ahead and jack one in it and see what she does. Well, I know that my rifle is on. I feel real good about it. It's Halloween, and right now my guide is actually taking another hunter out, and if they score on a mule deer tonight, tomorrow morning, I'm on deck.
The High Road with Keith Warren is brought to you in part by Gamma Precision Air Rifles, Glock, Oil-Filled Camo, Supercharged Scent Killer by Wildlife Research Center, beyond 99%, and Heartcraft Hunting Products. Watch The High Road in HD at keithwarren.net.
This is such a neat old spooky house. I mean, this house is about 100 years old, and it's kind of fitting that it's spooky, seeing as how it's Halloween. On today's program, I'm up in north central Montana in the Bear Paw Mountains. I'm going to be doing a mule deer hunt with my friend Chris Faber. He owns Bear Paw Hunts. You know, I've been coming up here year after year, and I absolutely love this place. I love everything about it. The country, the people, the animals. I love this place. And I think after today's show, you'll see why.
Hey, I'm Billy Lyle from Nashville, Tennessee. My guide Bobby and I are going to get us a big muley.
Right now, Keith's guide Bobby is taking another hunter out, Billy Lyle, and they're just finishing up their hunt.
You know, I've been coming out here for 5 years. I've taken lots of different animals, antelope, mule deer, whitetail, and I'm looking forward to another great mule deer hunt.
Okay, my guide's out chasing deer with his client. I'm going to show you. Here's an opportunity to take a look at what they've already taken here so far. Look at this buck right here. Just a perfect 4x4 with brow tines. Brow tines are pretty common up here. Now look at this guy right here. Deep forks. What a beautiful mule deer. And then you take a look at this one right here. That deer right there is some kind of awesome. And then look at this, you talk about character. Look at the end of his main beam right here. I mean, that's got mass, you can tell that's just an old deer. And then you come over here, you take a look at this guy right here. This is a beautiful buck. I mean, he's beautiful. He's all gnarly at the base, but he's got good long tines. Looks like he actually may have some whitetail blood in him. And he very well could, because up here they've got some really good whitetails as well. So these bucks, this is just an example of what they've taken. What they've just taken. So I kind of have a feeling that we're hitting this hunt just right.
My name is Bobby LaSalle. I'm a guide for Chris Faber at Bear Paw Hunts. If you've never hunted mule deer before, you may think that they're not as smart as a whitetail, but don't underestimate them. They got ears, they can hear, they got eyes, they can see a long ways, and don't underestimate their nose. They can smell you just as good or better than whitetail. Here at Bear Paw Hunts, Chris really emphasizes on us taking mature bucks. We look for the older deer and take the older deer, trying to manage these bucks in that way.
Sweet. We nailed him, didn't we?
The hunter, Billy Lyle, has been coming out here a long time, and he also understands what we're trying to accomplish here. And the deer he shot is not a trophy deer, but it is a great deer to harvest because it's a very, very old deer.
So Bobby and I went out this afternoon trying to find a great mule deer. Saw this wonderful management buck. Decided to take him. Laid down on the road. It's about a 400-yard shot. Nailed him. He went down, flipped over a few times, and I'm so happy with him. It's a great management deer.
A management deer in our world here is a deer that we know is never going to, become a 4x4, 5x5, or a non-typical. A management deer is generally a deer that's 3.5, 4.5 years old. Could be a 2x3, a 3x4, but those deer are never going to get any bigger than that. We want to take these management deer and harvest them early in the season so they're not breeding during the rut.
The High Road with Keith Warren is brought to you in part by Reconnaissance Game Cameras, Savage Arms, Keith Warren's Texas Hidden Springs Ranch, the best value in Texas trophy deer hunting, GRIZZLY Cartridge Company, and Jarden Consumer Solutions, makers of the GAMESAVER.
I don't know much about this gun, but I do know it came from Savage Arms, and it's big and it can shoot a long ways.
For those of you that watch a lot of outdoor TV, you may think this rifle looks pretty familiar. Well, it's basically the same rifle that is on the Savage television commercial running that has Ron Coben, the CEO, where he shoots a target at a little over 1,000 yards. And I know Ron personally, and if Ron can do it, I think I can do it. That's what I'm talking about right there. The weather conditions are really nice. Got the wind coming down this canyon. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna start out. We're gonna walk up to a high spot, get up there and wait for the sun to come up. See if we can slide up and see a big old buck.
It's day 3, and we're gonna crawl back up on top of that mountain and see if we can make it happen today. The weather is beautiful. Keith had this gun, and I had no idea how far he was capable of shooting.
All right, let me tell you what we got here. We got a great big buck working his way up this way. We're gonna make a run on him. He could go this way or this way. We're gonna run ourselves down this ridge. Gonna get lightening up so we don't break out too bad in sweat. But he's a big deer. He's got a bunch of does with him, so it's gonna be tough. Put our packs on, we're gonna make a move on this guy.
Every hunt that Keith has come on has been very special. But this time, this hunt is really special because Keith came alone and he brought a big gun with him.
To the left, to the left. They're going to the left, they're going to the left. This way.
I know that Keith has practiced a long time with this new gun. And I know Keith's capabilities, and I know the gun's capabilities.
Right there, right there, right there. Oh, he must see the buck. He must see the buck. I can't see him.
500 yards. Make sure that's him. He's in the shade down there. That's him, that's him. Get. That's him.
Okay, I just heard the shot. Boom. Looks like we got him. All right.
Here, roll him. How's that? This right here is my new favorite rifle from Savage. The Savage's 338 Lapua Magnum. This right here is one bad dude. That was a 500-yard shot, 250 grain nozzle partition bullet, and we got a big dead mule deer buck on the ground, baby.
I was sitting up here on the ridge, and this bunch of deer come down, and we seen a big buck. He fed into here, and then all of a sudden, I seen him and set up to shoot, and then I heard the shot. So then I knew we had him. So it was a great stock. All right, how far was that, man? I heard that shot.
510 yards.
Wow, what a shot!
Okay, if you take a look, he's down there. See the clearing? The road goes right there. He's on the left-hand side. You can see his yellow butt. And if it wasn't for you directing me this way, this way, this way, I thought he was going over this way. That's a pretty good deer. It's going to take us a pretty good while to get down there to him. So let's get started.
All right.
Just to give you an idea of how far it was, I was right there, 510 yards away, and dropped him in his tracks, right there on that knob. You know, sometimes when you're watching a TV show, it can seem like things just happen so easy, and they really don't. This hunt right here, I mean, this is the third day of the hunt.
It's a beautiful deer, no question about it. But there was a lot of deep breaths taken, a lot of aches and pains. It snowed, and there's no doubt about it. It's a lot more difficult than a lot of times what we can even show on television. There's just not enough time, really. And the deal I want to point out is that, you know, when the time comes, if you're fortunate enough to be able to see the deer of a lifetime, you better be prepared. You better be prepared physically and mentally, and your equipment better be the best it can be too. And otherwise, you waited all your life for that opportunity of a lifetime, and you blew it because, you know, you weren't ready or you couldn't make the shot. And, you know, a deer like this is truly a very special deer to me. But it's a special hunt because we paid our dues. It was a hard hunt, but it was done because it's done the way I wanted to do it. I mean, with a long-range rifle, and you spend enough time in the field and at the range, odds are you're going to be able to pull it off. And I'm just thankful that this one, everything came together on this hunt just perfect.
The High Road with Keith Warren is brought to you in part by Striker Crossbows, BOFFPAUIR Polaris, Burt Coyote's Luminoc and Luminaries, Shadow Hunter, your total comfort hunting blind, Elevators, your easy way up, Supercharged Scent Killer by Wildlife Research Center, beyond 99%, and BSA Optics. BOFFPAUIR Polaris presents Viewer Feedback.
Hey Keith, I just want to say thanks for making my favorite hunting show. I love the way you hunt for everything and you do it for the average Joe. Your shows get better and better, and now the best part is I can watch all your shows on your website free of charge. You really are my favorite outdoorsman ever. Billy Matthewson from Buffalo, New York. Billy, thanks. I appreciate that flattering email and the comments and all, but you know, the most important thing is that what we want to do with our show is we want to make it available to everybody. So if you don't get us on television, you can get us online 24/7. Go to keithwarren.net and you can watch every one of our shows over and over, and it's free of charge. We also have a lot of outtake videos, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, a lot of how-tos, and also what we're doing is we're encouraging viewers to watch us online and watch us anytime, 24/7, and give us your feedback, just like Billy did. Billy, thanks for the email, and I hope to see you down the road. If you have any questions or comments about the program, you can shoot me an email right off of my website at keithwarren.net. And I'd also like to ask you to become a fan on Facebook. And if you've ever thought about purchasing a Polaris, give my friends over at BOFFPAUIR Polaris a call, and you'll find out how come BOFFPAUIR Polaris is one of the top Polaris dealers in the country.
The name of my company is Bear Paw Hunts because we're in the Bear Paw Mountains in north central Montana. We're about 100 miles northeast of Great Falls, Montana, and that's where, if you're flying, we'll pick you up there and bring you out to this great part of the world. If you haven't been to the Bear Paw Mountains, this is just an amazing place to be. It's an isolated mountain range. It sits in a very, very far off geographical location where there's not a lot of people, there's a lot of private land, and the landscape is just breathtaking. We usually try to take shots between 200 and 300 yards with a rest, usually with a backpack or a shooting stick. But when they come out, we have a shooting range, and we're going to practice and make sure that your gun's on and that you have the ability to shoot that type of range. The deer that Keith took is a perfect deer. It's an old deer, it's heavy, it's big, just a wonderful, wonderful deer to take. It's got a little bit of stuff on it, a kicker, things like that. But what's really neat is that Keith was able to take a long shot on this deer, and he had the ability to do it because these old deer, they don't stick around and stare at you. Right now we hunt on over 250,000 acres of private land, and we're still growing. And it's a great place to harvest a trophy mule deer buck. The reason we are still growing is because I have a good relationship with the landowners. And the landowners are seeing that the management and the way we manage here is really working well. Because we have so many great animals out here, we have a lot of repeat clients. We have people that bring their wives, bring their kids, so we have family groups, we have corporate groups, and we have individual hunters that come out here and want to harvest a trophy mule deer. If you're watching this show and you have a taste for great mule deer hunting, this is the place you want to hunt. Just give us a call, we'll work with you, and we'll make this an experience of a lifetime.